What is up, guys? So today's video is very interesting and it is all about how much I make right now as a nurse. So yeah, sis, so how y'all liking this hair though, sis? So this hair in my head is provided by Klaiyi hair. Y'all look at this frontal though. Y'all see my frontal? This frontal is flawless, y'all. And I've had this hair in my head for about, I want to say I had this hair in my head for about 2 weeks now. It was the same hair that I had in my head for my bridal video. So yeah, if you guys want to see a real, true, like how it looked and everything like that, then go ahead and check out my bridal video. But this hair that I got from Klaiyi's hair is a 18-inch frontal with a 20-inch bundle and two 22s. The reason why I do two 22s is because I want my ends to look a little bit fuller and thicker. So with Klaiyi hair, their frontal is very, very thin. The knots are thin, and I'm able to stretch the frontal pretty good to where it blends in and looks pretty good. Also, the ends weren't really even bad at all. So but yeah, so that's one thing I will say that I liked about the hair, is that the frontal was very, very good and thin, and the knots were not super dark. And I was able to actually apply some powder on my knots because sis, I really didn't have time to bleach this frontal. But so that's one thing that I did do, is just put some makeup on the frontal and on the bald cap and apply it to my head. So like I said, but so today I was practicing with like wedding hairstyles because sis, I did not pay for a hairstylist for my wedding, because I'm like, sis, I do hair myself. So if anything, I'm finna watch a few YouTube videos and get this stuff popping by myself. So sis, this hair takes to a curl very well. As you guys may know, if you watched my snap, if you don't know my snap code and my Instagram info, then sis, check down below, because you guys can follow me there, because I'm not always posting on YouTube. But if you follow me on my social media handles, then you guys will see what I do on a daily. And so as you guys saw, or some of you guys may have saw, that I was actually in my slingshot going about 100 miles per hour. So this hair held up pretty dang good, y'all. Y'all, this hair is so soft. It is so pretty. It has such a good shine to it, y'all. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in this hair, then make sure you click the links down below, because I will have the hair info listed down below. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So what is up, guys? It is CARLE RAE, and I'm back with another nursing video. It has been a very long time since I've done a nursing video. So if you guys have watched any of my other videos, I've already recently posted up a video about how much new nurses make within this area, and I am within the East Texas area. And I kind of wanted to do a follow-up. This May will make 7 years that I've been in the game, so I really wanted to touch base with you guys and let you guys know where I am within my nursing career and how much I actually make. Like I said, I've been nursing for 7 years now. I graduated in 2012 from Tyler Junior College. I started out in a nursing home, and I started out at $20 an hour, and I only stayed there for about 6 months. And then and then after that, I left there and went straight into emergency room nursing. Y'all, I totally fell in love with ER nursing. The only way I got it was through networking. That is the absolute key. Like, y'all, it is the key to actually finessing the nursing game. Like, the way that I got my job now is through networking. If I hadn't ever talked to my cousin and told her that I was looking for a better job, then I wouldn't have been put in this position. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, I put other people in positions as well, but I'm just letting you know, sis, you need to learn how to network. You need to learn how to be friends with everybody. It's okay to not be friends with everybody on social media or outside of work or anything like that, but while you're at work, sis, you need to talk to people. You need to find out what other jobs or hustles they got, because one thing about a nurse, we always gonna have a side hustle. So I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, Nurses always got a side hustle, and you need to know what their side hustle is so you can be put on. You get what I'm saying, sis? So that's how I got put on this job that I'm at. So, but side note, okay, so I left the emergency room. Well, take that back, take that back, take that back. I left the nursing home making $20 an hour. I got hired on an emergency room, and I've been in emergency rooms ever since. And I started out with $20 an hour in the emergency room. I worked here in my hometown, but the thing that I didn't like about my hometown is, honey, that I knew everybody's business, and I knew who was messing with who. I knew who had what, like, everything. So I just did not feel okay with knowing everybody's business in my hometown. So I had to leave and be a nurse somewhere else, honey, because, like, sis, I don't want to know your business. Like, I really don't. Like, I mean, I know I can't tell anybody or anything like that, but I still just didn't even want to know. You get what I'm saying? So I just decided to leave my hometown. And I left my hometown, and it was a level 3 emergency room center. So I left there and I went to a level 2 emergency room center in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So when I moved there, I started out making $30 an hour. That was including my night shift differential. If you guys do not know, night nurses make more because they are working at night and they get the night shift differential. A lot of places offer up to $3, $4, some odd dollars, and even on the weekends they offer even more money. At my job in the DFW area, we got paid more on weekends as well. So that was a bonus for me. When I went to Dallas in the DFW area and I was working there, I worked there for 2 years and I was making $31. And I mean, raises as an emergency room nurse, or even just as a nurse period, raises don't really come that often, and they don't come in a large lump sum of money as you would think they would. So whenever I would go to get my yearly evaluations, they'd be like, oh, okay, you did wonderful and everything like that, and everything was great, and oh my God, you've trained so many people and you've done so great in the trauma room and everything like that, but so we're only gonna give you a 30-cent raise. 30 cents, that's all I'm worth? So, as you know, I was looking for the bigger penny, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna keep doing this. My emergency room that I was working at was becoming so short-staffed to the point where other nurses and even myself was thinking about filing safe harbor. If you guys do not know what safe harbor is, it's pretty much where you're in really bad nursing conditions to where your acuity and your workload of your patients is just too much for one nurse to handle. You get what I'm saying? So just to give you an example, I've had, in that same emergency room, I've had a trauma going on. I had a new patient that was a cardiac workup who had a positive cardiac history. I had a SVT that had just had a cardiac ablation done to kind of fix the SVT, but now she's back in it. So luckily I got her situated and stable, and she wasn't in SVT currently, but she had just been in it like 30 minutes ago. And then the last room was somebody that needed to go upstairs. So y'all, those are really, really, really unsafe nursing conditions, and we were put in those type of conditions like pretty much on a regular every day. It was just too stressful and too much. It was just way too much. So I decided to leave because I was networking at work. Once again, networking. I was networking at work because we had a whole bunch of travelers come in since we were so short-staffed, and so they were paying those nurses $2,000 a week just to work alongside me. And mind you, sis, I trained these girls. I trained them. I taught them everything they knew at my facility. You get what I'm saying? And some of these nurses were like, oh, I've only been nursing for like 2 years. And that was like my 3rd year. You get what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, you only gave me a 33-cent raise, and I'm loyal to you. I come to work every day for you, and you only give me a 33-cent raise, but you're over here paying $2,000 for a traveler that I have to train? Like, how stupid does that sound for me? You get what I'm saying, sis? So I linked up with one of those travelers. I got her contact info. I figured out who I needed to be with and who I needed to be in contact with to get that job and everything like that. And sis, after that, boom, I was gone. When I went in for my evaluation and I asked for more money because I found out how much they were paying the travelers and I didn't get it, I was just kind of like, okay, well, this is my 2 weeks right here. I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me that you don't have the money to pay me and and you have this money to pay the travelers. Like, you can't tell me that. Like, sis, you can't fool me, you can't fake me, you can't lie to me about that one. So, all right, cool. So I left after my 2 weeks notice was up. Sis, never burn your bridges. You may have to cross them again. So never, ever, ever under any circumstance burn any bridges whatsoever. Try to work your 2 weeks notice out and then leave. All right, cool. So I left there making about $31 an hour. I'm gonna just say 31. And I went to the travel agency, and my first job was back home in the East Texas area, thank God, because I ended up being pregnant at that same time and I wanted to move back home closer. So at that facility, I was making $17.50 a week. So as travel nurses, they don't typically give you a number, what you get paid hourly. They typically give you what you get paid a week for your 3 days for that facility. That's what you get paid. So I left my job over there where I was making $31 an hour. So sis, let's do this math together. I'm recording.
Record. What's up, YouTube? Look at Dusty. Hey, come here, man. Come here, bro. You always want to get on the camera.
He said, oh, my camera's not.
Just got the slingshot. That's cool. Come on.
Hold on, tell him hey. Tell him hey.
Say what's up, Butter Roast.
Say what's up, Butter Roast.
Say what's up, Butter Roast.
Ow. Okay.
Tell him what's up, Chan Chan. You be acting.
Yeah, he's an actor, y'all. Okay. They don't need to know you boo-booed in the toilet, baby.
Nope, that's mommy key.
It's my daddy.
What's up, man?
What's this?
That's mommy key. Right,
Bobby, daddy.
Y'all
Get
are
in here
lame.
and speak for real, man. Come
Y'all
on.
are lame.
You already in there? Say what's up, Jace. Let me see.
Y'all see what I gotta deal with on the daily?
Check out Jay shoot. Let me see y'all do that. Say shoot.
All right, y'all, so I am back. So sorry, my family always like to make a intro. But okay, so back to doing this math. Okay, so I was making $31 an hour and I was working 3 days a week. So 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts, that's 36 hours. So 31 times 36 is this amount. All right, so that's how much I made per week. I'm gonna do that times 2. So that's how much I made every 2 weeks, but sis, that don't include taxes. That don't even include insurance or anything like that. So I'ma say deduct a good 600 from there for a 2 week time period. All right, so for a 2 week time period, me being a nurse for 3 years at a facility in a DFW area where I made $31 an hour, I brung home $1,600 every 2 weeks, which is $3,200 every month. So I was doing travel nursing, making $1,700, well, $1,750 to be exact, for those 3 days a week. So I was making $1,750 per week, and I'll say, you know what, deduct maybe $300 for taxes, so $1,750. So that's how much I made bi-weekly. And so the only reason why I deducted only $300 from there is because when you're a travel nurse, so much of your money is tax-free. So you're only taxed on a small amount of your money. So that's why I love doing travel nursing. Sis, if you ever can gain 1 to 2 years of critical care experience, go ahead and do it, sis, and go on off to doing travel nursing, because sis, it's so much money to be made. It's tax-free money, and then you don't even have to worry about the politics. You don't have to worry that, oh, you know, you gotta go to this staff meeting, and oh, you didn't do your continuing education on a computer. So that's why I say, if you can get the chance to do travel nursing, sis, go ahead and do it. Like, I can't do it right now because of the area that I live in. It's not really a lot of opportunities within the East Texas area for travel nurses. And then plus now I have a family and a husband now, or soon to be husband next week. So I can't really just up and leave and be like, hey, Deuce, I'm gone for like a contract. And normally travel assignments and contracts can vary, but the typical contract will last you about 13 weeks. As far as in travel nursing, I did that contract up all the way until a year. So with travel nursing, they now put this new restriction on the fact that you can only be in a facility for 1 year, no more than that, for tax purposes, something like that, I don't know. But so I did that, and I did that for a year. So I just kept re-signing my contract. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the 13 weeks, they gave me the option to stay there or to leave, and I kept renewing my contract for the same amount. Everything was great. I got paid the same amount of money. I could even pick up overtime if I wanted to. So with me picking up maybe like 4 or 5 days, I would bring home about $2,000 a week. I was able to save up so much money as a travel nurse. I saved up 20 G's, bro. 20 G's for me to be off for 4 whole solid months after I had my kids. So travel nursing is a blessing. It is a super great way to go ahead and get that coin and purchase a whole bunch of things if you want to purchase a whole bunch of things, or pay a whole bunch of things off, or even get your bank account right, because that's honestly how I catapulted myself as far as in my nursing game and my finances, was going ahead and saving my money and making sure my new upcoming bundle of joy that I was about to bring into the world was going to be set, and I had money to take care of everything. So that's how I use travel nursing to my advantage. So the last assignment that I was at, I was making $1,750, right? $1,750 a week, and I was bringing home $1,400. So I told my recruiter I still wanted to stay within this area, so whatever you had, let me know. And so he would shoot me contracts, and I would say, no, I don't want to take it, it's too low. Come back at him with this and see if they accept it. And then he'd be like, well, that's kind of biting into my money. Well, shit, I don't want the assignment, because you're getting paid if I take the assignment. You get what I'm saying? So if I don't take the assignment, you don't get paid. So either you gonna come up off a little bit of the money, or they gonna come up off of a little bit more of the money. So which one is it gonna be? I'm willing to take the contract, but if you're not gonna give me what I feel like I'm worth for the contract, then nobody's gonna win. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of the times that's how I got over, and I wouldn't even say got over, I would say that's how I put my foot down and made sure I was getting the best bang for my buck. Because as a travel nurse, sis, everything is in your court. The ball, the tennis ball, the whole damn goal, sis, is in your court. So you got a lot of pull, and you got a lot of say so, and you got a lot of strings that you can pull and maneuver. So all right, cool. So sis finessed her way to a $2,000 a week travel assignment for 13 weeks. Mind blowing, sis. Did you hear me though? Did you hear me? $2,000 a week for 3 days a week. It was the highest paying contract in the Texas region. You get what I'm saying? So, all right, I got the assignment. It was an hour away, in which I didn't mind driving an hour away. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm gonna go get this money. That's $2,000 a week. That is like the highest one in Texas right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this. So I got the job, and with me networking and being a people person and knowing how to talk and everything like that, and plus knowing what I knew as a emergency room nurse this whole entire time, I was able to get the assignment. You get what I'm saying? Because you will have a bunch of applicants applying to these travel assignments and everything like that, but there will only be a few that stand out that they will give the job to. So you need to know how to be a people person. You need to know how to network. You need to know how to present yourself. You get what I'm saying? So you need to know a lot of these things and to present yourself pretty well. So when you do have this interview, baby, you decorated on paper and in person, you are A1. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I was able to secure that $2,000 contract. So with this contract, sis, I didn't work just 3 days a week. No, sis. No, sis. I was like, baby, I'm finna get y'all for everything. So I worked 5 days a week. So my bring home, y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready? Because I don't think y'all ready. My bring home would be $2,800 a week. All right, cool. If I'm bringing home $2,800 every week, that's how much I made for a month. So, all right, cool. I did that for a whole solid year. I did end up, when Christus came into the area and bought out a whole bunch of the East Texas area hospitals, and they kicked out a lot of the travelers, I was still able to get one last contract, which was for $1,500 per week, and I made that my bring home because I was not gonna work for any less than that. So I did that for a year. So 1,500 times 4. So I went from 11 to $6,000, which really wasn't bad. But I mean, for this East Texas area, it was fine for me because in the East Texas area, cost of living isn't like super outrageous. You get what I'm saying? So I was still able to make a good amount of money. And then I signed on with the company because there were still really no contracts in the area. And honey, that's where I went back down to a very disgraceful $30 an hour. All right, so luckily, I was talking to my cousin after being at this job and really hating it and not really wanting to be there anymore. I was networking with my cousin and she put me on this job that I currently have. So y'all, I will actually show y'all one of my pay stubs. And for this area after taxes, this is a super dope amount. So, I mean, it's not compared to what I was making as a travel nurse doing that $2,000 a week contract, but it is very comparable and I do live comfortable. So for about 75 hours and for a 2-week time period, I bring home. That's where your sis is currently sitting. I'm 7 years into the game and that is where I'm sitting right now. So I hope this video was super helpful for you guys and gave you a little bit of insight of what to expect and some things to kind of boost your income. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up, sis. And make sure y'all subscribe, sis, because although I am doing a lot of wedding videos and everything like that, sis, I still will drop some gems on y'all, honey. I guess I will end the video here and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, babies.